Hey all, Hipper here. Yahagi is the star of today's video, and we've had this cruiser in the game for what, 6 months, 8 months, something like that, I can't remember, and I haven't really played it much. Because with this Mikawa build here, my agile build, you can get the rudder down to 3.9 seconds and a speed of 41.2 knots, which is really good, especially at tier 4. It's actually very good. But it's still just a little bit shy of where I want it to be. I would love for the ship to have 3-second rudder. So I'm kind of hoping that perhaps in the future there will be another commander that allows me to reduce the rudder yet again with an inspiration just like Azure Lane Baltimore. But who knows? But until that happens, I probably won't play the ship more than occasionally, because it is very squishy, and I need it to be just a little bit more agile, just a little bit, just another half second off the rudder, and I'm happy. In this game here, we have been handed what I call the kind of disappointing spawn, because this southern spawn here at sea, it tends to get overrun by all the reds who spawn at C and B on the other, well, on the top of at the north. So the key to securing this cap here is to do it fast before the reds can get into position, and then take up a position somewhere where you are actually able to defend this cap here, because you will have to defend it, usually at least. So because Yahagi isn't as agile as I want it to be, I'm going to play this a little bit safe here. If I can cap from here, where I don't really expose myself, that's perfect. I will do it. If I can get away with it, that is. But usually someone will enter the cap from the north and put an end to the plans here. And of course that also happens in this game here. I think I have about 20 seconds left, and then someone enters the cap and stops my capping adventure here. So at tier 4, the only enemy who can make it into this cap this fast is a destroyer, and I can see the smoke over there, so I'm going to move out, and I'm going to take him on before he gets reinforcements from somewhere. You never know. And it's always better just to fight one destroyer than a destroyer and a battleship, because, well, for obvious reasons, especially in Yahagi, because you cannot just show broadside in this thing, because you will get punished by a battleship. So he already wasted his torps there, so that means he shouldn't be too hard to chase down and at least get rid of in the cap here, because obviously I want this cap and I'm going to defend it. And you see the reinforcements are coming now, so I'm going to have to get this guy out of the way and get into safety at the same time. So I'm just shooting a few torps here to hopefully get one of those approaching cruisers. So we got the destroyer, and hopefully now we can cap. So again, I'm trying to take the path of least resistance here. So I'm hoping that these cruisers here are going to stay out of the cap and allow me to at least finish my capping here before I can start to take them on. But as you can tell, they are pushing in, so there's no way they're going to wait for me to cap, which makes sense. I would do the same thing if I was on the red team. And it's a very nice and juicy Omaha here, and behind it a Phoenix, and he is just ready to be punished in the Citadel right there. Don't know what that guy is doing, but we got no less than 4 Citadels on him. So the Omaha is next, and he is approaching my torps, which is wonderful. So we get 1 Citadel on him, and just hoping that the torps will take him out, which they did. Alright, so we have the Phoenix left now, and I have battleship back up inside the cap now from 1 battleship. The second one, he's been sitting behind the island the whole time. Not very helpful. So we get another chance at this Phoenix here, and miss totally that shot there. He decided to speed up, which was unfortunate. So we're going to take another one, and I can't believe the battleship hasn't taken him out yet. He is broadside on, and he is just ready to be picked off. So I'm going to take him. Thank you very much. So that's pretty much it now. The flank is won and the cap is taken. So this side of the map here is all good. And you can see we've removed 3 ships over on this side here, and just another one went down a different place on the map. So we are way ahead on ships now. We're nearly double the Reds. So I am going to push out. There's only, well, there's 3 battleships left, and they are quite easy to set on fire, especially in an agile Yahagi here. And like I said before, I really wish I could cut another half a second, 0.7 off this cruiser here. I would love for the rudder to reach 3 seconds. I think that's quite hard at tier 4. But then on the other hand, if you look at the tier 3 premium cruiser, Yubari, that reaches a rudder of 3 seconds. And it's so much better for it. So just get a bonus Fubuki there, and obviously he's going to shoot torps this way here. So we'll just slow down and then full rudder to the side to trick him. Hopefully, anyway. So we both had the same idea. Fire a few torps and then just turn away. And unfortunately, I don't get the kill on this guy here. He actually escapes. Which is unfortunate, because I would love to have a Kraken in this game here, but I'd only end up with 3 kills. So is Yahagi worth it? Is it an interesting ship? Should you buy it if you don't have it already? And I think if you like the Japanese cruisers, like the more agile of the kind, probably more along Atago, not so much Susuya and Mogami, then I would say yes. I mean, it's not that expensive. I think it's around 10,000 doubloons if I remember correctly. It is a tier 4, so it's not bad. I think it's worth the money. If you have an agile commander like I do, it's going to be a fun ship. And any improvement to the rudder in the future is just going to make this ship even better. I think that if the rudder on this ship could reach 3 seconds, it would probably be my favorite tier 4 cruiser, ahead of Königsberg then. As it is now, I still prefer Königsberg, just because it's just such a brutal cruiser at this tier. So we'll see what happens. I don't think we'll get any more rudder buffs, because really it's getting a little bit silly. Like, if you pop all the rudder modules we have at the moment on Wichita, you can reach 1.4 second rudder, which is yeah, a little bit unrealistic if you ask me. Fun nonetheless, but unrealistic. I know this is not a simulation game, but still, that's pushing it a little bit, I think. And the same with Susuya. You can also lower the rudder on that ship by like a crazy amount. So we'll see. So just doing a little torp dodge here, because I'm not gonna let this destroyer take this cap. He'll have to face me or run away, because I'm not letting him have it. So he ends up choosing to run away and fight another day, because in a minute he's going to leave the cap, and then I'll be able to put it back into the full blue color, which I really like. I don't like when caps are red, obviously. So we're only down to this destroyer here, this elusive destroyer, and an Italian battleship here somewhere on the flank. So we have all 3 caps, so this is a sure win now. Well, I should be careful saying that, because sometimes I've actually ended up losing battles like this, where you are ahead by 700, like ridiculous amount of points, and then, for example, I would eat some random torp right now and sink, and the whole blue team just falters, and some battleship sitting in the corner somewhere ends up with a solo warrior and the victory. And I mean, that does happen, and it does happen a lot at the lower tiers, I think. So, but of course I know how this battle here ends, so I can reveal that we do win this battle. Now, the main thing I like about Yahagi, although it's not super agile, it still brings like a taste of the agile playstyle down to the lower tiers. in the same way that Exeter does. Because Exeter actually has a faster rudder than Yahagi. I know it's tier 5, but Exeter has 3.5 seconds, which is insane at tier 5. It is the fastest rudder cruiser at tier 5 by far. And Yahagi is also very fast at tier 4. I think Aoba is close, but that's about it. The rest are slogs. Now I enjoy the gameplay at the lower tiers and the middle tiers. I just don't enjoy the ships much. The destroyers are okay, they're very similar to the high level destroyers I think, but the cruisers are vastly underpowered I think. I think they're pretty much just there to like satisfy battleship players. Because they're lacking all the stuff that makes tier 7 cruisers so good and so powerful. And then the battleships here at the lower tiers, they are just so slow, especially the Americans. Oh, they are like terrible to play. I hate them. Especially like New York, no, not New York, Tennessee, and well, also New York actually, all of them. And especially Texas. That is probably one of the worst battleships for me because it's just so slow. Yeah, I know it hits hard. There's great AA guns and stuff like that, but my goodness, it is boring to play. So we are slowly nearing the end here in this battle here. We are almost at 1,000 points, and it's no barn burner game by any means, but it's above average. I mean, we've done 50,000 damage. This is probably a little bit on the low side actually, and then 3 kills and a solo capture, which is fine. And we've won the battle. I mean, that's, at least some people think that's the most important thing. To me, it's not that important actually. So anyway, that is Yahagi, and some of you have asked for more lower tier games, so I'm trying to give you a few here. So I hope you liked this video, and I'll see you out there.